Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. What a beautiful day we're having today. I want to start the video with reminding those of you who have missed yesterday my live stream with Professor Michael Hudson. I think it was one of the most important live streams that I ever had due to the depth and importance of information that Professor Hudson has provided. It's priceless in my opinion, and the main topic of the live stream was dedicated to the genocide in Gaza. I hope you have time to watch it. Of course, it's already posted. It was live streamed yesterday's late afternoon, early evening. I hope you won't miss it because Professor Hudson was sharing so much knowledge from his own experience interacting with certain individuals and what was the plan already many years ago. So make sure to check this live stream under live category on the main page of the channel. And I will give you one more announcement here before I forget. I will be taking a short break, going to a very beautiful warm place where I want to recharge my energy. I might be still creating videos from there, but I think I will take about a day or two break. So if you don't see any video, especially on Monday I'm traveling. We see how the Tuesday looks like. So just to give you heads up, I might be posting videos from there, but it depends what my brain and my body tells me, because it's important to recharge and it's important to take care of your health, right? And I feel I need it. Giving you all those topics, it takes a lot of my energy, as you know. I'm enjoying interacting with you immensely, but at the same time, feeling the topics and the energy from it is just a lot. All right, let me get to the point, because many of you probably already zero patience, which it's good to practice that, just saying. 3 topics. Europe must prepare for a possible war. This is number 1. Number 2, surprise, surprise, there is another sanction placed on Russia. I'm not sure if it's from today or yesterday, but I'm gonna read this to you. And the last one, guys, is about a Ukrainian component that will be taught in Polish schools. And I will be giving you a lot of details about how the Ukrainian children will be educated in Poland. So bear with me, and of course I have great comments of the day to end the video with. So let's start with article from Oko Press, who addressed some words from Joseph Borrell. I'm sure some of you already came across the statements, but if you haven't, here I am. Let me deliver to you something that still many people don't believe it's possible and it's just a fantasy. Well, actually, it's not a fantasy. It's another part of the plan, and that is Europe must prepare for a possible war. Article from Oko Press, and it says, a broader conventional war in Europe is no longer a fantasy, but a real threat. This is why Europe must arm itself, says EU Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell. The EU's High Representatives for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy Joseph Borrell said on Tuesday, April 9th, so I know this has been a few days ago, however very important. He said this in Brussels, that Europe must prepare for a possible war because a full-scale conflict on the continent, including outside Ukraine, is no longer a fantasy, but a real threat. Quoting him, Russia possesses a real threat to Europe, not only through the war in Ukraine and coordinated hybrid attacks on member states, but more broadly. Conventional war on the continent is possible, Borrell said. This is the first time that the European Union's High Representatives for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy has spoken so directly about the threat posed by Russia following numerous warnings from NATO defense ministers. For example, the Danish defense minister, who said in February that Denmark's intelligence showed that Russia might want to put NATO solidarity to the test. They love this word solidarity. They are so obsessed with this word, right? So Russia might want to put NATO solidarity to the test. All right, let's continue. Within 3 to 5 years, that's going to happen. And how they measure those years? Right? You wonder. Borrell stressed that Europe must therefore strengthen its defense capabilities, and for this, intergovernmental financing, of course, is essential. Yes, this is absolutely essential. Financing, financing, financing. Like in real estate. Location, location, location. Here is financing, financing, financing. Well, location, location, location leads you to financing, 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 right? At the moment, there is a discussion on the European Union Forum about whether it would not be appropriate to obtain funds for accelerated armaments through common debt on the same basis as the post-COVID recovery of European economies is financed. So they want to use the same modus operandi like they had with Schmowitz. Well, many people not buying this crap anymore. Joseph Borrell also said that this is all necessary because if Donald Trump wins the election in the United States, NATO's defense umbrella might not be open to Europe when it is needed. Okay. Perhaps, he said, relying on who is in charge in Washington is not the best idea. The head of the EU diplomacy said, you know, when they give those titles to those people, those empty titles, it's like sounds like an oxymoron to me, you know, the head of the diplomacy, and there is zero diplomacy. So there you have it, guys. Officially, the war is coming. So let's enjoy our lives to the fullest as much as we can. Like I said to myself and to a friend of mine, you know what, I'm just gonna travel because you never know what's gonna happen. The second article is from TASS. This is from April 12th. Today what we have, 13th, okay, so this is from yesterday. US bans import of Russian aluminum, copper and nickel. US Treasury. The ban excludes aluminum, copper and nickel of Russian origin that was produced prior to April 13th, 2024. Washington, April 13, the United States has imposed a ban on the import of aluminum, copper and nickel of Russian origin, according to a statement by the United States Treasury Department. As a result, the importation and entry into the United States, including importation for admission into a foreign trade zone located in the US of aluminum, copper, nickel of Russian Federation origin, is prohibited except to the extent provided by law or unless licensed or otherwise authorized by the Office of Foreign Assets Control. The statement says it is specified that the ban excludes aluminum, copper and nickel of Russian origin that was produced prior to today, April 13th, 2024. The US Treasury classified that the new sanctions measures were taken in coordination with the United Kingdom. Of course. Buddies. The restriction also limits the use of aluminum, copper and nickel of Russian origin on global metal exchanges and over-the-counter derivative transactions. As a result, the London Metal Exchange, LME, and the Chicago Mercantile, I don't know what is this, guys, exchange, I don't think it's merchandise, CME anyway, will be prohibited from accepting Russian metals. Yes, I think Russia will be fine. I think we know Russia will be fine, but I hope you can hear the birds. That's the best part of this video. And the last topic is what's gonna be in Polish schools. Well, as you know, from September 1st, when the school year starts, children will be learning Ukrainian. I mean, Ukrainian children will be learning Ukrainian, not Polish yet. I mean, who knows where this is heading. But there will be something in those classes that is a Ukrainian component. So let me read you this because this is very interesting. The Ukrainian component is in schools, a new task for Polish education. This week, during an interview that actually I've watched yesterday, during an interview for Radio Z, this is Polish radio of course, Deputy Minister of National Education, Joanna Mucha, Mucha in Polish means fly, a fly, was asked about issues related to teaching Ukrainian children in Polish schools. She noted that they already have the opportunity to learn the Ukrainian language. She was asked whether it would not be better if they have learned English instead, and how much it would cost taxpayers to learn Ukrainian. In response, Joanna Mucha reiterated that Ukrainian children already have the opportunity to learn their mother tongue in Polish schools, and that from September this year, they will be covered by compulsory education in Poland. The Ukrainian language has been and will be offered in Polish schools, she said. Then the deputy minister stated that the Ukrainian side would prepare a Ukrainian component in this context. It is a program of classes in the history, yes, I repeat again, in the history and geography of Ukraine and Ukrainian literature for young Ukrainians who will study in Polish schools. I will read to the end and then I give you my commentary. The Ukrainian side offered us that they would prepare a so-called Ukrainian component for their children, which would include history, geography, literature, and they would do it on their own, Mucha said. It seems like a very fair offer to me. Both sides will definitely benefit, she added. We have no intentions of Polonizing Ukrainian children. We want Ukrainian children to retain their Ukrainian identity and at the same time to be well educated, because some of them will simply stay in Poland. Earlier, Deputy Minister of National Education Joanna Mucha announced that compulsory education for Ukrainian children residing in Poland would be introduced from the new school year, so this is from September 1st. It will cover about 50 to 60,000 students. As we reported, this is, I'm not sure what newspaper this was from, but you find the link down below in the description box. As we reported, Deputy Minister Joanna Mucha wants Polish schools to be friendly to immigrants, not only from Ukraine. There will be more Vietnamese, Indian and different nationalities who will appear in the Polish system sooner or later, she stressed. She announced that from September she would invite to the Polish system those Ukrainian children who are currently learning online. The Center for Citizenship Education presented a report in which it was noted that 53% of children from Ukraine, about 150,000, are outside of Polish school system and do not attend Polish schools. This is 112,000 children from primary schools and 43,000 from the secondary schools. Okay, so guys, let me just go back to this article and I give you my commentary. Okay, so let's start with this component, okay? What is this component? So you have history and you have geography and you have literature. I will just focus on history and geography because, as many of you know, from what I was told, from what I've heard, In Ukraine, the history that has been taught is not completely aligned with what we have been taught here in Poland. So imagine that there is no Wołyń, there is no Bandera, or Bandera is hero, and imagine that at the same time, so you have children from Ukraine and Polish school who are learning this side of the history, their side of the history, and then you have Polish students at the very same school who are learning completely different history. How this is gonna work? You divide and you conquer. I mean, it's perfect formula, isn't it? It's just a matter of time. This is like a ticking bomb to me. That's how they planned that, you see? You mix the nations, you steer this pot up, steer it up. Yeah, because this is not going to create blending in nicely and smoothly, in my opinion. The same with geography. I mean, some aspects of it, right? Because I think they believe that Jesus was Ukrainian, and what else they believe? I don't know, but the borders are also taught in a different way that we were taught. And oh, one more thing, yeah, so let's get ready for Vietnamese, Indian and different nationalities. Of course, since they're gonna start this whole shenanigans, opening the borders and, you know, coming on the boats from everywhere, in 2025, from 2025, we have to get ready. Absolutely, we have to get ready, because just deal with it, right? That's why it's very good for you to go to that live stream I had with Michael Hudson, because I've asked him a question: what's gonna happen with Palestinians? Are they going to survive? And the answer he gave me, it just literally broke my heart. Many of you know. Sorry guys, I'm a little chill today because I feel like I need some energy recharge. I'm ready for my vacation, I think. Comments of the day. I have 3 comments. The first one is actually second time I'm mentioning you, from Perceived Reality. This is from the live stream yesterday. You're saying 75-year-old apartheid, 16-year-old blockade of Gaza, and now committing genocide. Pure evil. Thank you for your comment. Very good comment. The second one is, actually the next 2 are from the video that I have posted about how the military commission for the conscription in Poland looks like, to get stripped down to your panties. And this is from John Thomas. Serbia might be paying a price right now, but will recoup the benefits in the times to come. Unlike the UK, Germany, France, Finland, etc. Respect to Serbia and Serbians. And this is because I have mentioned a comment from someone from Serbia. I'm walking to the magnolia tree because I want to show you how beautiful. There are still some flowers left. So let me stop this way. You can see behind me. Actually, let me get closer. And the last one is, you know, I was not able to read your name. Look how beautiful, guys. Because YouTube showed just user and some numbers. But if you are watching me, you can put in the comments down below. I am a hot-blooded male and I do admire beautiful women, but the behavior you described is disgusting and perverted. And I hope the women subjected to such a treatment do not judge all men on the basis of this treatment. Those doctors should be banned from medical profession. Thank you so much for your comment. I agree, not just women but men who are treated like she was treated, Justyna, the same way. Guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please check your subscriptions. There's a lot of shenanigans going on lately with YouTube. Hit like button, free of charge, and it helps the channel a lot. Leave the comments down below. Like I say, I read them all, and I would like to ask you kindly one more time, emphasize on this, since the content I provide is pretty sensitive, especially on this platform. Make sure to join me on Locals. If you choose to support me, you can do it as well, but just joining helps a lot. Also, you have my mailing list free of charge. Definitely follow me on Instagram, because you will see the place where I am going. And if you want to support me financially, if you decide to donate, the best way to do it is to donate to my fundraiser, because all the money goes to my move to our country. And you have PayPal as well. And with all of this, guys, being said, lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. If I don't see you tomorrow, then I will see you in a few days. Bye everyone.